This evening, Forum for Democratic Change reiterates its position that the February 18th general elections were fraudulent. Democratic Republic of Congo, a new-found investment destination, and Human Rights Network appeals to the United Nations Human Rights Council to help repeal all laws against freedom of the press. And in sport, the Uganda Cranes have received 186 million shillings ahead of the African Nations qualifier game. And now, let's take a look at the details. Forum for Democratic Change has reiterated its position that the February 18th general elections were fraudulent. This was at the party headquarters in Najanankumbi after the National Executive Committee meeting over the weekend. The party is mobilizing the country to peacefully demonstrate against the electoral results.
Even after NRM,
the Human Rights Network for Journalists has called upon the United Nations Human Rights Council to ask the government of Uganda to repeal all laws that impede the freedom of the press. Speaking at the press conference at Speak Hotel, the Human Rights Network for Journalists also called upon the Ugandan government to implement the decision by the Constitutional Court, which overturned the sedition provision and immediately dismiss sedition charges against journalists and politicians. This is after the recent instances where journalists were assaulted by stick-wielding goons who attacked them while on duty during the chaotic 23rd February mayoral polls. Statistics unveiled by the Human Rights Network for Journalists reveal an increase in the number of cases of assaulted journalists, a phenomenon the organization is set to stop. The Democratic Republic of Congo is now another new-found investment destination for business because of a profound demand for domestic services and commodities. Creativity is essential for the youth in Uganda to get rid of poverty and to positively influence society, especially when they come together to form developmental groups. Well, our financial market report is up next. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. And in sport, following the belated intervention by the government, Uganda Cranes have a reason to smile after receiving 186 million shillings to make an African qualifier game against Guinea-Bissau this week. Uganda Cranes fly out tomorrow at 5 a.m. to Dakar, Senegal for a 3-day training camp in Senegal. 4 local-based players and 14 professionals make the 18 playing staff that play Guinea-Bissau in an African Cup qualifier game on an artificial turf at Lino Correa Stadium. Meanwhile, the national under-21 team has entered camp today at Nabinonya Technical Center as they prepare for an All-Africa Games Olympic qualifier game against DR Congo this Saturday at Nachivu Stadium. Viewers, that brings us to the end of this telecast. Thank you so much for staying with us. And our inspiration this evening comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 13, and it reads that he who covers his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses them will have mercy. Remember, at 9:30